Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are down here in Melbourne, Australia. I bought a van and I thought I'd start this channel to track the full conversion into a camper van. So a little bit of background. I bought the van a couple of months ago. I took a little while doing my research and finding one for the right price. I wanted something not too big, not too small. I think something like a Sprinter would have been a bit too big for me for my first conversion, and Mitsubishi Express and those sort of smaller vans not really big enough. So I wanted something of this sort of size. I was looking at transporters, VWs, but that didn't happen, and I'm really happy with the Vito. So I picked that up, and it needed a little bit of work just to get it through the roadworthy, but that went through no problem. So I bought it in winter. The weather wasn't great to be working on it, but I did manage to get quite a bit done. Spring's here now, which is great, so it's the perfect weather for working on the van. So let's dive straight into the videos. So naturally, the first thing anyone would do when buying a new vehicle is upgrade the sound system. So I picked up a Sony Bluetooth head unit and quickly installed it. The shops want to charge an absolute fortune for the expensive conversion looms, so I just worked out all the color coding for each of the outputs and inputs and soldered the connections, hardwired them in. Works perfectly and cost a whole lot less. The next part of the project was a bit of a safety feature. Planning on doing a little bit of night driving, so I wanted as much illumination as possible coming out the front end. I noticed a couple of recesses in the front bumper, so that accepted a couple of LED spotlights really easily, so I mounted those in using some metal brackets I made up and positioned them on the front. The most challenging part of installing these lights was probably pulling the cables through the firewall. I made use of an expensive device called a coat hanger. That proved to be pretty useful in getting the cables nicely pulled through the firewall and into the dashboard. It would turn out to be a device I would use pretty regularly throughout this project. quick test to check they're all working. They were working great, however we're lacking a little bit of illumination power, so later in the project I'm going to be upgrading those even more. And just in the cab I just needed some switches installed in order to operate various bits of equipment like the head unit and the new LED lights. So I just installed some nice metal toggle switches in the blanking panels I found on the dashboard. That's all the toggle switches installed with a quick test. All the LEDs on them working nicely and not too bright either at night, so they're not distracting. Yeah, really happy with the final result.